Yo, hello guys, and welcome to Maximum Football 2019 Dynasty mode with your Louisiana Tech Jazz, or LT Jazz for short now. Gentlemen, it is finally time for the LT Jazz to make their return. I teased you guys a little bit with the jersey reveal, and it is a time. This series is about to be epic. I am so excited. I cannot wait. This is what I was most excited for when it comes to college football 25. Being able to start our own schools and write our own histories and compete with the top programs around the country. This series is about to be very special as we are going to get it underway here today. We have to cover a couple of the basics before we dive into the series. One, first off, we have to reveal your players that you submitted, and if they made it or not. You can be a player in this series. If you want to have a player, all you gotta do is submit it in the comments below. But also, you can be a head coach. So maybe you start off as a player, let him do his 4 years. Maybe you're like, oh man, my character's he's went on to the pros, or he's already graduated, whatever, and you want to add another player, or maybe you want to be a coach, because we got both right here in episode 1. So let's cover them. So first off, we have the LT Jazz, but I have to introduce to you other subscriber teams that you guys submitted down below that will be watching the careers play out, and maybe even have some new rivalries for the LT Jazz. So the LT Jazz are not the only new program joining the NCAA. So real quick, let's cover them by going to, I'm trying to think of where it's at. Oh, you know what? We can't see it yet. We'll look at it this way then. Also, if you guys were wondering, this is how you can watch other games. Just go to create a new character. Don't worry, your character will not be deleted. So, and then you can watch whatever, if you want to watch other teams, this is how you can do it. But here we go. First up, let's go to the USA Conference. We have none other than Death Valley Nighthawks. I'm pretty sure they play in Jacksonville. They're in Florida. This is a new program. They're going to be playing their first ever season this year, and they were submitted by Jay Fresh. Mr. Fresh Senior is their manager / head coach, so they're looking to be pretty good. What's unique about this team is, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're in the same conference as your boys LT Jazz. And we are coming in at a 77 overall. There's a lot I have to explain and break down in this episode, so just bear with me here. It's all very important. You guys need to hear how the series is going to work and what I had to do to make it possible, because, guys, this was pretty rough. There's a lot of workarounds in this game that you have to do. So I'm going to go into those a little bit, but just make sure to bear with me here. it's gonna be a minute before we get into gameplay. I have to show you guys, everything around the league. So here's the LT Jazz. Now the LT Jazz, this isn't their first year, right? They're going into their 5th season as a program at the NCAA level. They have an all-time record of 26 wins, 23 losses, and they're 0-1 in the bowl games. They've never made it to a college playoffs, and they've only made it to one bowl where they lost. That is the school's record. That's the school's team history. They're a very young school, right? So we'll see what happens. They are a 1.5 star. Moving over to the next subscriber team, we've got the Anchorage University. Or AU, the AU Moose was submitted. I can't remember the name. He's in the comments below, but what an amazing team. It looks so good. They got invited to the NCAA. They're in the MAC along with, well, first off, I'm not sure who their head coach is. Brian Harris. Okay, so whoever submitted this team, if you get in the comments below, tell me your name. What name do you want your head coach to be, and I can change that for you, because I'm not too sure what name you wanted for your head coach. So leave that down in the comments below. Secondly, he's got a team in his conference, and it's the East Montana Wild. All right, this is a new team, and that gets to join the MAC. They're playing their first season, and they have Keith Butter, a relative of Mr. Butter, who is a longtime subscriber here on the channel as well. So they have a very good head coach, East Montana. Welcome to the NCAA for East Montana. Wish you the best of luck for your first year. Second or third, right? Fourth? I don't know. I think this is 4. We got the Idaho State Irons. This was submitted by none other than Mr. Hammer. His team gets invited to the NCAA. This is Jim Hammer. Not to be confused with Joel Hammer, who is a player in the league and on my team, the LT Jazz. Don't worry, we're going to get to your players in a minute. But Jim Hammer is a head coach. He's coming into his first year with this program at the NCAA level. And so we welcome them to the NCAA level. Wish them the best of luck, as they will be facing off against none other than Mr. Bell's Oahu Nenes. Another Hawaiian team joins, another Hawaiian team program joins the Mountain West and gets invited to the NCAA. And rumor has it they're way better than the Rainbow Warriors. But there's going to be a classic rivalry between those two teams. I can see it now. The battle for Hawaii. It's going to be really cool to see them grow as a thing. But James Bell is the head coach there. So wish them the best of luck as well. They're going into their first season as a program here at the NCAA level. But that is it for all the teams. All right, so I asked you guys to submit your teams, and those are the ones that made it. If you didn't make it, I'm sorry, maybe another time, but don't feel like, oh, you missed out on being a part of the series. You can always be a player. It's never too late to do that. So let's get that underway. So for all of the guys that submitted, their names on the comments, all of you guys got put on the LT Jazz. So let's take a look and see where you're at. Right off the rip, we got to look at quarterback Jamie Bell, and this is the official going into year number 1, the LT Jazz roster. Jamie Bell is our freshman quarterback. He looks to be just a speedy guy out there. And then we got another freshman as well, Jordan Gregory. Now, I want you guys to understand that in this game, editing is very, very limited. So I had my Kent State Dynasty file, and we did a whole season before Team Builder dropped. So what I did to be able to get freshmen on the team and to be able to get you guys in, and to make it more unique, I managed one season in this save file, and I recruited a bunch of positions that you guys submitted and talked them in. So, in other words, these freshmen are freshmen that were generated that I recruited, and we're technically in year 2, but we're going to call this year 1. And so all your overall stats were randomized. Even I am seeing them for the first time. So I know like some of you guys were saying, hey, make me a power back. You might not be a power back. You might be an elusive back, and you're just going to have to be okay with that. So hopefully you guys understand. But nonetheless, it is pretty cool that we're seeing this together for the first time. So I'm looking at Jamie Bell, and I'm thinking, wow, Jamie Bell is a scrambling quarterback. I think I could work with that. I knew I was recruiting this guy, and he was a 3-star, but I didn't expect him to be this good. I mean, 94 throw power. I mean, this guy might as well be a 4-star in my opinion. 86 deep. 81 throwing. I mean, come on. This is the only thing that's worries me about Jamie Bell is maybe that throw under pressure, especially because he's going to be throwing it a lot under pressure because we don't have the best O-line. But overall, this is our quarterback for the future. And look at those dang clean jerseys. Can I just say, wow, those things look nice. But anyways, he is the only negative about Jamie Bell is that development trait, right? It's a normal development, meaning he's not going to get high in overall. So what we see here right now is what we probably are going to end up getting. So Jamie Bell, though he comes in high, he doesn't have a high ceiling. He has a high floor, but not a high ceiling. So either way, he is going to be our guy, at least for the majority of the start of this series. I guess you could say he has a position battle with David Love, but I just don't see that is going to go down well for him. Now, when it comes to Jordan Gregory, this is a subscriber on the team. He's a lower overall, but he has a high ceiling. He has a star development. And just so you guys, if you play Madden, you might be thinking star is, oh, that's not that good. But that's actually the second highest that you can get. So this guy's ceiling is really high. I mean, you can think, when I see it, by the time he's a senior, probably low 90s. Mid 90s maybe. So here he is, and so that's why I've decided to go ahead and redshirt him. There's no reason, we should waste a year for him. Let's let him sit and grow, and let's give the start to Jamie Bell, and maybe Jordan Gregory and them will be battling for a position battle in the future. Then next up, and this is going to be the last one that we cover, Dion Dillon. And last one we cover for quarterbacks. He is a really good player, and he's a star development, but he has a deal breaker, and that's playing time, and we could probably lose this guy. So I guess it would come down to, because like he wants to play now, and it really does suck. I don't want to lose a guy like Dion Dillon, but this is, I guess, one of those good problems where you have too much talent on your team at a certain position. There's no way we're going to be able to keep Dion Dillon. He wants to play now, right? If we redshirted him, we could, but that's going to make him want to leave. I'm hoping we can somehow talk him into staying, but again, it's just one of those things where there's so much talent. The only thing I like a little more about Dion Dillon than I do Jordan Gregory is that he's a speed back, and I want to be able to run the option. I want to be able to have a athletic quarterback, but you don't get that with Jordan Gregory. But at the same time, I don't know. Jordan Gregory doesn't have a deal breaker. He's more of a team player and more of a leader. So in the end, that's why I've decided to redshirt Jordan Gregory, and Dion Dillon's basically going to get a year wasted, and then he's probably going to transfer. I hate to do that to him, but there's just so much talent at quarterback position. So moving over to the running backs, we've got Jake Turcotte coming in at an 80 overall, 220. He's a big boy, 6 foot. He's got some physicals. He is a normal dev though, so this is what you see is what you get with him. He's probably gonna stay around 80 overall, 82, 83 maybe. I can't change numbers, by the way, so it's whatever, you're at the mercy of whatever the NCAA allows you to have. Okay, so yeah, that's just how it is. He's got it looks like the lowest, I guess that's like silver, or no, that's probably like bronze or something, but he's got balance, safety valve, takeoff, sidekick, and recoup. He is a redshirted freshman, so we can't redshirt him, which I don't think we would want to. He's the best he's gonna get right now. Not too much competition behind him. I think he'll stay our starter for the majority of his 4 years here. Outside of Donnie Brown, or Diani, I think it's Diani, which is a subscriber, and he is normal dev as well. So now that I'm thinking about it, it looks like Jake Turcotte is gonna have a spot. But the reason why I redshirted Diani Brown is, though he may be a lower overall, I have a specific thing I want for him, but not this year. He's gonna be our speed back. I want him to grow just a little bit, so we redshirt him here. He'll be a sophomore next year, still a sophomore redshirt, and he's gonna take that number 2 spot with Jake Turcotte being our speed guy, as to where Jake Turcotte is more of our power, our receiving slash power back kind of thing. Which really Jake Turcotte is just kind of balanced in everything. He's not really, he doesn't really lean one way or the other. But anyways, that's my plan. But for year number 1, it's going to be the Turcotte and BB Jr. show. Okay. Move over to the fullback. We got the big boy James Skaggs. He is a sophomore, so we'll only get 3 years with him. But he's 250, 6 foot, blocking fullback. So I'm excited to see him. And this is college football, so we can get a lot of work out of our fullbacks. At wide receiver, this is an older position where we're gonna really need a lot of that youth. We've got to really nail the recruits, or we're gonna be hurting come season 3. Finley is a senior, and then we got 2 juniors, Moore and Lee. So yeah, we're gonna see this. The first subscriber though on the team is Marius Elam, who I want to work in year 1. He's a sophomore, so we're only gonna get 3 years with him, but he's fast, and I really do want to try and work this guy in somehow. Year 1, we have no time to waste with him. He is a quick guy, maybe not top end speed, but quick, agility across the board. I feel like we can get it done, especially with his size. He's the tallest on our wide receiver core, so he's definitely going to be a guy we're chunking the ball up to and hoping that he can get up and kind of like Megatron it, you know what I'm saying? So then we got Dontavius Brown, which is the brother of Diani Brown. He is a freshman, a redshirted freshman, so we can't redshirt him, and nor do I want to. I do want to fit him in as well. It's going to be hard, that we have a lot of wide receivers that are all around the same. I could see Brown and Elam kind of mix matching a little bit, but Dontavius Brown looks to be really good. Again, I also can't change, your color, like the skin color for some reason. Don't ask me why. I guess it's a little too. I hope it's not like a woke thing, like a sensitive thing that EA is trying to do. Like, there should be no reason why you can't change the way your guys look, but you can't. So if you're black and you're white, or if you're white and you're black, bro, you just live with it, bro. We're all the human race, right? So I know the immersion takes it out a little bit, but there's just no workaround I can do, guys. So I hope that that doesn't bother you too much. But like, look at this is what we have to work with. We really don't get a lot to do. I can change your position and your name, man. So it was a little unfortunate. That's a little bit of a negative here for college football 25. But hey, it's all good. It's all love, right? We're good. Okay, so there you go. You got a player, and you should be happy. Anyways, moving over to the tight end, we got Eric Butter, part of the Butter family. Keith Butter is his great uncle, or not great uncle, but his uncle, I guess. Anyways, there you go. He looks good. 78 overall. We got Talus Rife, it's Rife, I think. dude's from Australia, I think, if I can remember, or he played rugby or something. He's a redshirted freshman, so we can't redshirt him this year. We're gonna put him in the line somewhere. He may not play tackle, but we're gonna figure that out. He is gonna be getting play time for sure. Here's our O line. He may even play center. To be honest with you, it's starting to kind of look like he may play center. So our defensive line is definitely a weaker. We're gonna have to work on that. 74 overall. We got Decker. So he's a sophomore, 72 overall. So yeah, our defensive line definitely looks weak. We're gonna be struggling to stop the run. We got a lot of red shirts here. Now, Ladarius Cleveland, I did recruit this guy. I hate to waste a year not redshirt him, so I'm definitely gonna be giving him some starts. I thought he was gonna be so good because he's got that, like, recoup is the highest level. Then he's got gold team player, which is really good, but then his normal development trait, like, he's not going to grow fast. So yeah, that's just it's not the best pick, not the worst pick kind of thing. But yeah, moving over to linebacking core, we have Tajay Coles, who looks pretty good. We got some freshmen who have already been redshirted in here, so we're looking good here, but we will have to address that eventually. Marquez Carty is good. We did bring in Jojo McNitt, who I recruited, and he looks really good. Impact is the second lowest dev trait, so it goes normal, impact, star, and then something I can't remember what it is. But this is him. He'll be our middle linebacker in the future for sure. Then we have Gates starting out of the gate, but the future looks bright with this guy right here, Mr. Joel Hammer. He's a 66 overall, and I have decided to redshirt him this year. I don't want him wasting a year of growth. And why? He's an impact, so that one above, but he's got the highest mental trait that you can have in winning time. So you can see how it's like glowing a little bit. And winning time, I think, means he becomes really clutch in those winning moments, if I can remember correctly. He looks really good, guys. So there you go, Mr. Joel Hammer. Then we get to our cornerback situation, which looks the brightest. We have two red shirts here. This is going to be a little bit confusing because I've really went in depth on how I want to handle the secondary position. Me being a secondary player in real life when I played football. I know this may seem weird. We have two sophomores redshirted. All right, they're going to grow a little bit. I don't want to waste them. And I have to get Jay Fresh in right away. I scouted him. And guys, can I damn say, I think I found a player that will go to the NFL for the first time in LT Jazz. LT Jazz has never had a player from their program make it to the NFL, but I think Jay Fresh could. He could play quarterback. He could throw, and he was a 74 overall at quarterback. But we got Jamie Bell, right? And Jay Fresh would want to transfer if he didn't get play time. You know what I'm saying? But I found a position for him that I think he's going to destroy. And yes, he is only a 65 overall at this position, but with a year of playing, and playing with the senior like Collins Jr. and the sophomore like Dakota Mills, he's going to be able to learn and grow. Jay Fresh is one of the biggest prospects we have on the defense. I know his development trait only says impact, but that's okay. He's got so many good physicals. If you see him, he's got the natural, and he's got the fan favorite. He's a 3-star recruit, and all we have to do is get his man up a little bit, or just a little bit, and then really address zone. But look at the athleticism. 95, 96, 87. This is the type of athleticism you can't teach and that you have to have if you're going to compete against schools like Alabama and Georgia. And eventually we want to get there. Will Jay Fresh be able to play those teams this early on in the series? I don't know. All right, because the rest of the team is pretty bad. But I understand 65 overall may not look the best, but trust me, I think this is going to work out perfect for Jay Fresh here. I think he's going to be a lockdown corner, and I think in my personal opinion, he's the best that we have. So, yeah. Then eventually we'll want to work in with him Nick Lowe, who also has that athleticism. Not quite like, Jay Fresh has. And then, of course, there's Dre Adams. This is another subscriber who looks pretty good again. He's got the athleticism, but, I mean, it's hard to find athleticism like what Fresh has with 95, 96 speed. And, again, just so you guys, I didn't edit this. I didn't give him that. That's just what he's coming in with, right? Like, I can't edit any stats. So, we hit a stud here with Fresh. And so, though it would be so fun to use him at quarterback with that speed, it just made the most sense to put him, at corner. And he is going to be getting day one start time, so he's going to be a true starting freshman. At the safeties, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We got Solomon, and we have Pace starting. So we really need safeties coming in right away in this series because we don't have nobody really. We got 2 seniors starting. They're going to be gone next year. For kickers, we got Matthew York, and then punter Daniel Zimmer, Dan Zimmer. When Matthews leaves next year, we're going to just move Zimmer over to kicker. So that's how that's going to work. That is your LT Jazz roster for year number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited for this series. I cannot wait. I have the prospect board already set up and ready to go. I haven't done anything with it quite yet, but this is what we're looking at. If you guys want to see who I'm going for, I've kind of stopped going for the 1-stars. They're just not really worth going for in this game. Maybe for season 1, they're worth it, but they're just not really starting caliber. So really those star 2s is what you have to go for. And then we'll wrap it up with this. The season 1 schedule reveal. I'm going up out of conference play. I decided for season 1, why not go up against my subscriber teams around the league? I don't know, my rival head coaches, So we'll start it off with going up against Mr. Butter. Then we'll go up against Mr. James Bell. Then I think it's Jim Hammer. And then whatever subscriber submitted this team, I'm not sure his name. So it'll be cool. I'm only going to do this for year 1, but I think it'll be fun to get to know the other subscribers' teams around the league. And I think this would be really fun for you guys to also see the teams that you submitted. And now we will be going up against Mr. Fresh because he's in our conference at the end of the year. The Death Valley Nighthawks, I think that's what they're called. Also, if you are a head coach, if this is one of your teams, you can tell me what kind of scheme you want your head coach to have. So for my head coaches, just real quick, this is all the things that you can change for your head coach. If you just tell me in the comments below, and I can do it for you. I do not mind, but you can change your offensive playbook, your defensive playbook, your pipeline that you want your head coach to have, and your adaptive AI / no huddle style, and your offense and defensive aggressiveness. If you want your head coach to, coach your team a certain way, leave it down in the comments below, and I will go and switch it for my head coaches. I got you guys. You know I do. So, if you're a head coach, man, think about it. Because guess what? Your job is not always secure. If you get fired here, you get fired here, and that's just how it's going to work. So, and we'll cover that as the season goes along. We'll cover not just the LT Jazz, but all the teams throughout the universe. So I'm excited for this, guys. I hope you're excited. Next episode is week number 1. I hope to see you guys there.